Welcome back to MoMo on the Move. Welcome back to Mondays with Mo. Today's story time topic is going to be same shit, different country. I'm going to be talking about how tequila was not my friend but made for a good story. I died both times. The first incident was in Dykeman. If you guys don't know where Dykeman is, it's in New York. It's basically a little Dominican Republic. And if you're down for a good time, I suggest going there. One night, me and my friends Guy and Marius were going out for a Malik happy hour in Dykeman. And I invite everybody. My cousin Kat, Kim, Bobby, you know who you are. You were there. And it was a hot summer night, 100 degrees. Everybody's out drinking. I had work the next day. And I was about to go to Dykeman by myself before my friend Alexa was like, you know what? You should go with Guy, just in case. Because he'll bring you back home. And I was like, all right. The next day I had to be up at 7 a.m. at Foley Square for Vita Coco Summer Streets. And I had to drive the coconut car there. Oh, and before I go to the hospital, my last memory was taking a shot with Bobby. I wake up in the hospital by a tuna sandwich from the doctor saying, your vitals are good, we had to give you an IV because you just were dehydrated, yada, yada, yada. My cousin Kat holding my hand and Guy holding my other hand. I look at the time, like, Kat, what time is it? She's like, it's 5 o'clock. I've been up all night holding your hand in the hospital. Never ask me to go out with you again. And I was like, and Guy was there and he was like mad nervous. And I was like, all right, but you need to bring me to storage where my car is because I gotta go to work. And she's like, you're going to work? I never call out unless it's like a life or death situation. That's just who I am. I'm always at work no matter what. And this event that I had to work for Vita Coco was like mandatory. And it was the last event of the summer. I could not miss it. So I go, hospital band and all, get to storage and see my boss's boss waiting for me, waiting for somebody to drive this car because nobody showed up. Thank God someone else ended up sleeping in, and so all the heat was on him. Nobody noticed this hospital band on me or me reeking of tequila, but I made it. I fucking made it.
Last day at the Coco.
That was probably the worst shift of my entire life. I literally thought I was going to die. Now, my second tequila death and resurrection happened in Italy, Rome to be exact. Me and my friend Alexa, we had the Euro trip of our lives, went from Spain, Italy, Greece, Amsterdam, whatever. And, we decided after all the ratchetry that we went through in Europe to have a nice holy day in Vatican City. We went and saw the Sistine Chapel. We even had a mass in St. Petersburg. And after St. Petersburg, I was like, wow, I went to the holiest church of all time. I was like, I'll be good for a year if I don't go to church. So during this time, it was 2018, it was the World Cup, and my best friend's Colombian, so you already know that they go hard for their team and soccer. And so after we went to Vatican City and went to St. Petersburg, she was like, all right, we got to catch the game at 2 o'clock. But nobody in Italy is celebrating the World Cup because their team isn't in there. So we go in, mad loud, mad ratchet, to the Trastevere area in Rome and take over this whole sports bar. Everybody's pissed because they're like, why are these girls mad hyped to watch the soccer game?
and come in ready for the game, but no one else is. They all left. It's just us.
Because they know I'm about to get ratchet.
So me and Alexa ordered 2 Long Italianos, which is like a Long Island iced tea pitcher, just Italian version. Basically, that's a pitcher each. We have lunch there. We have a great time. Colombia loses. Alexa's tight. She's crying. And I'm just like, you know what? She's having a conversation with her boyfriend on the phone. So I went to the next bar that was right next door. But I didn't say anything. I was just like, I gotta go. I get there, and these tequila shots are just so cheap. And I'm just not there. And this bartender is nervous for me. Alexa finds me harassing this bartender. Because I'm buying shots for him, for me, Alexa when she gets here. And let me tell you that these tequila shots were literally tequila cups. I have footage of the fall. And Alexa finds me. She said, why would you leave? Like, without saying anything. And I was just like, bitch, because you was crying. So then I was like, order her a shot. We take a shot. So I'm already 1 shot ahead of her. So 1 tequila cup ahead of her. So she has a shot, I have a shot, the bartender has a shot, and the bartender's just like looking at us like, I don't think you guys should be taking that shot. So we take the shot, we record it, and after that, Alexa was like, I was on the phone for a second, and then I see you, and you're on the floor, outside on the cobblestone street, broad daylight. This is like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. It is bright outside, and there's these Italian ladies just like worried. They were like, oh my God, we gotta call an ambulance. Alexa's like, ain't nobody calling an ambulance. No, she's gonna be fine. But Alexa's freaking out, and she had to snap out of her, like drunkenness, because she had to handle the situation at hand. And she's crying. She's calling my friend Louis. She's calling Manuela. She's like, I don't know what to do. Da, 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 da. Manuela ends up calling. Also, I have all the information to get to our Airbnb on my phone, and I'm dead. And she's taking pictures of me just so I know how stupid I looked that day. And these Italian ladies are trying to call an ambulance, and Alexa's like slapping the shit out of me. She's like, oh no, she is getting up. She calls Manuela, and Manuela ends up calling an Uber for us because she finally gets a hold of the address that we need to go to. She calls an Uber from Queens for Rome for me to get to this Airbnb. The Uber gets there. Alexa lets it go because she's like, nope. We're not going in there. You're going to end up throwing up in the fucking cab. I threw up all the spaghetti and meatballs that I had previously. And she didn't want to pay a $200 fine in case I threw up in the cab. So then the ambulance comes. I end up riding this ambulance to the hospital.
This is unreal. Monica's a fucking idiot. Monica, literally, you're an idiot. We got into an ambulance in Italy. Wait.
Well, what's funny is Alexa was an EMT, so we heard a bunch of like ambulance sounds this whole time while we were in Rome. And she's like, I wonder how they do things here. And I was like, I'm sure we'll find out. We'll take a picture with them. You tell them you're an EMT in New York, yada, yada, yada. She got VIP access to these EMT ambulance people in Italy. She rode the back of the ambulance all the way to the hospital, but they didn't even do shit to me. But what's great is if you die in Italy, it's okay because free healthcare. I did not get billed, which was great. I woke up on the train with Alexis sitting across from me with daggers staring me down saying, I hate you. You don't know what you fucking put me through. And then she told me and I was like, so how much was the hospital bill? And she was like, bitch, one, you're lucky because they didn't bill us, but they also didn't do anything to you. Didn't put an IV in you. You literally just slept there until I slapped you to wake up. And now I couldn't see the Coliseum during the day because of you. Because we already saw it at night, and our plan after watching Colombia against Japan was to go see the Coliseum during the day. So the rest of this trip, I had to suck up to Alexa. I put her through a lot. I put her through some stressful times on that trip. So the rest of the fucking trip, it was me just making it up to her. But I hope you enjoyed my tequila deaths and resurrection. I don't recommend, but comment below and let me know what you want the next story time to be. Peace.